I hope to get 100% because I love doing well in school because I was raised in an environment which valued learning.
Me too.
Yeah, privilege.
Oh, that was so bad.
That's so bad.
Privilege is a very loaded term.
In a word, is access.
An advantage that you're either born with or that was handed to you.
I think it has a lot to do with how your identity benefits from a system that has been in place for a very, very long time.
Yeah, winning the birth lottery, to put it bluntly.
I think you could just do that.
You know what, it's fine. Don't trouble your handsome head about it.
Careful, you might hurt yourself there. Shouldn't you be in the garage, like fixing cars?
Beer? That's such a little boy drink.
Well, you look kind of tired. Maybe you should try shaving more often.
You'd actually be handsome if you just put in some effort. Your biceps are just gonna sag when you get older. You should probably get a girlfriend now. You should smile more. You'd be so much cuter.
You know, you might want to cross your legs. You don't want people thinking you're easy.
You gotta stop acting so driven. Women kind of find it intimidating.
No one takes the hot guy at work seriously.
Really? You don't have a girlfriend? Do you have, like, issues with commitment? You can't just sleep with anyone that you see. You'll give women the wrong idea. You know, if you're hot, like 80% of women will like you. So that's all you should really focus on. Women only want one thing, and it's your dick. Is it groomed? Calm down. You don't need to get so worked up about it.
I just go grill me a burger. Seriously.
Don't you have some lumber to chop?
See, this is exactly why men can't be in power. Y'all are so emotional.
I have no idea how we're gonna compare to each other. I'm white, but I'm also Native American. I'm a man, but I'm also gay. I'm a Christian, but I'm also poor.
I'm probably gonna rank pretty low as a person of color and as a woman.
I am a straight white guy, went to an Ivy League school. Both parents have graduate degrees.
And you wear polo tees?
I feel super privileged, and I don't know how to talk about it, which is why I'm forcing myself to be in this video.
Being a person of intersectional identities, if it's not the Asian side of me, it's the female side of me or the queer side of me.
I'm a middle-class white person. I expect to be very privileged.
I don't think I'll be surprised at where I land, or what you see is not necessarily what you get with me.
I think I'd probably be in like the middle upper.
Maybe in the middle as a woman of trans experience and as a woman of Asian American background, like 50-50.
I'm excited to play the Oppression Olympics and see what medal I get.
USA.
Airport security is gonna think I'm some kind of terrorist just because I happen to be white.
He was spotted wearing a plaid shirt and glasses before entering the plane.
Really, dude? Now I have to give up plaid too?
I'm Alex, it's my first day.
Hey, Alex. All right, well, I'm Kwesi.
Kwesi?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Freddie.
Freddie, great to meet you guys. Awesome, I can't wait to start.
All right.
Ugh, my parents are the worst giving me this basic-ass white name. Who names their kid Alex anymore, anyway? People are gonna think I'm so white before they even get to know me.
Man, I'm sick of this. These f***ed-up white guys need to stop messing it up for the rest of us. God.
Maybe I should come up with a different name, like, Ronald. No, that's pretty white.
Hey, we're gonna get pumpkin spice lattes. Let us know if you want one.
Did they offer me a pumpkin spice latte because I'm white? Or were they just being considerate?
OMG. No effing way. You have to try pumpkin bread. It's the best in the world. I love it.
Cool. Damn it, Lauren. That OMG was way over the top. Now she's going to think you're a basic white bitch.
And if I do want a pumpkin spice latte, will I look like a stereotype?
Congratulations.
Wow, I'm the only white person in this room again. I hope they don't think I got this job just because I'm white.
What do you think?
They added Everybody Hates Chris to Hulu.
What?
Yes, we can see it whenever now.
So good. How do they know about the same stuff? Why did I grow up in such a white neighborhood? I can't relate to anything they're saying.
Do you guys ever watch Frasier? It's also on Hulu.
Do you think Donald Trump got like a 1,000% on this?
Woo, this is complicated. I am a man, because obviously I identify as a man, but a man of trans experience.
I have never been discriminated against because of my skin color. I think I have to check this.
I have never been mocked for my accent. My family has Southern roots and I grew up really poor, so I definitely didn't grow up speaking the way that I'm speaking now.
I am not nervous in airport security lines. I'm always nervous.
I've been pulled aside before where they're like, we see something in like this, pointing to the junk area.
See, I've never even thought about the way trans people experience airport security.
Oh yeah.
I have lied about my sexuality. I have had to come out. and I have doubted my parents' acceptance of my sexuality, so.
I fortunately have not had to do that.
I have never pretended to be just friends with my significant other.
I have.
That one just got me. Having dated women and also having been in interracial relationships with men, I've definitely had those moments.
I have lied about my religion, I guess. I feel like I need to take a shower.
I've never been told I am attractive for my race. Does that happen?
Yeah.
I have never felt unsafe because of my gender. I have never been catcalled. I've never been sexually harassed or assaulted. Not checking any of those.
Never been called a fag. I actually have.
This question's a slap in the face. My family and I have never lived below the poverty line. I just rub it in.
I don't know how I expected this to go, but it's a lot of check marks.
I have worked as a waiter, barista, bartender, or salesperson. In fact, I've worked all 4 of those jobs.
I was a barista.
I worked at my aunt's restaurant for one weekend.
I have never attempted suicide. I've never been depressed. Like, all that just kind of hits a little too close to home.
Not having student loans is the thing I feel luckiest about my life.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
I do not rely on public transportation. See, you don't think about public transportation when you think about privilege.
I knew that I was privileged, but this survey is making me think of a lot of things that I don't actually think about on a daily basis.
I've never lied about my ethnicity as self-defense. I absolutely have, and I get away with it because I'm biracial.
I consider myself to be physically attractive. Is that something that like is easy to check?
I checked that easily.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't check it.
Really? I consider myself to be physically attractive.
Yeah.
I've never been violently threatened for my religious beliefs. I never have. And it immediately made me like want to cry because it's like, as I speak this sentence, that's happening to people.
I was not bullied as a child for any of my identities. I mean, yes, I was.
What?
Being smaller.
Ooh. Does anyone have some joints for after this? Because like, or a good pillow that I could hold and cry.
If you have ever tried to change your speech, if you were embarrassed about your clothes or house, if you would never think twice about calling the police when trouble is.
I think privilege is when some people have some things and other people don't have things.
I feel privilege is something that you don't even really have control over.
I think it'd be silly for me to say I don't have a fair amount of privilege, considering like the country I live in and the job I get to do and the college I was allowed to go to.
I suppose being a white male will help me end up somewhere towards the front, but I'll take a few steps back from being gay.
I don't think I'll make it to the front. I think I'll maybe be in the middle. That's just a gut feeling I have.
If your parents work nights and weekends to support your family, take one step back. If you can show affection for your romantic partner in public without fear of ridicule or violence, take one step forward. If you were embarrassed about your clothes or house while growing up, take one step back. If you have ever been diagnosed as having a physical or mental illness or disability, take one step back. If you have ever been bullied or made fun of based on something you can't change, take one step back. If you get time off for your religious holidays, take one step forward. If you came from a supportive family environment, if you can see a doctor whenever you feel the need, if you are able to move through the world without fear of sexual assault, if you took out loans for your education, if there were more than 50 books in your house growing up. So these are your final positions.
I feel a little sad all of a sudden because there were just so many things I couldn't check.
I came into this thinking that I was pretty privileged, and I left feeling even more privileged.
Recognizing your own privilege is definitely a step in the right direction.
Every day I'm obviously very inundated with the fact that I don't have a whole lot of privileges, but I think that I often forget the ones that I do benefit from.
It's worth it to look into learning about the privilege that you have because it lets you use it better to like better the lives of the people around you.
I encourage everyone to take a look at their own privilege. Even if you consider yourself to be someone who is at a disadvantage, you're probably more privileged than someone else.
Going into this test, The advice that I would give is to know that it's not going to define who you are, it's not going to define your character, and it's not going to define your space in life. Those are things that you can create on your own outside of privileges. It just depends on how you create a path to get there.
Felt kind of strange for everyone.
It's a hard thing to discuss or even reflect on.
It was very awkward. I think when you can represent it so visually like this and so immediately, it definitely takes on a new form.
I think we were like all joking around in the beginning. It was pretty lighthearted, and as soon as the questions started coming in, the mood shifted immediately, and we all it was just silent.
Just looking back and seeing like a bunch of people behind you is not a good feeling.
It's like weird how you want to like hold on to explaining a certain privilege, like, oh, but that's not actually me, because like I had to work really hard for that. So it's weird to like take a step forward when you feel like you're taking a step forward with someone else, but you wear a lot of the baggage of like how those things were hard.
It was like more emotional than I thought it would be.
It reminded me of when they talk about slavery in high school and you feel like angry for a few days, but then you just realize like, this is how it is.
For me, it was kind of frustrating almost to look back and see how much further some people were behind me, and realizing that, you know, a lot of that stuff, no amount of hard work or even legislation can make up that gap.
It's interesting being an Asian American because you're not really sure where you fall on the spectrum of privilege.
I know that for me, one of the reasons I ended up so far back was that there are questions around safety as an African American, as a woman, as a gay woman. There are just so many different ways that I don't feel safe.
I feel like I just learned to be grateful for what you have. You know, we're in such a huge society where it's always complaining about what you don't have.
It just shows you that for some families, like each family, you're meant to do better. My grandparents did good, my parents did good, and I'll do even better.
I do think if you're not like aware of privilege, you should do this exercise, but it's more complicated.
I feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump.
Why do you hate rom-coms? Or do you just feel like you need to hate them?
Everybody likes The Notebook. Everybody likes Beyonce. It's just a fact.
Why do you make women sit around and talk about men in movies?
When y'all easily just sit around and talk about boobs for hours.
Why do you automatically assume that you won't like TV or movies that star a female lead?
Why are you surprised when women are funny?
I'm probably funnier than you.
Why do you think that we're obsessed with you when we hook up?
9 times out of 10, I just want you to leave too. I'm busy, I got shit to do.
Why can't I sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged? When men do it, they're congratulated.
Why do you consider a woman a tease if she doesn't sleep with you after 3 dates, but a slut if she sleeps with you on the first date?
In what world does no mean yes?
No means no.
Why do you say that women are too emotional to be leaders?
Then justify catcalling by saying men just can't control themselves.
Why do you think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my body?
Why would you ever send an unsolicited dick pic?
Why do you feel like it's okay to harass women or make offensive comments about women, but when somebody does it to your sister, it's not okay?
How does it feel to interrupt me when I'm in the middle of making a point during a meeting?
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
I get that you have balls, but I don't stand around with my arms wide open to make room for my boobs.
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex, even though we literally birth you? Like watermelons through like this.
Why is it so bad to show your emotions?
It means you're human.
Why are you always trying to prove your masculinity to me?
Why the f isn't it ladylike to cuss? When did words get gendered?
Why is it your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated or raped?
Why do you assume a woman's angry because she's on her period?
Why do you think women that wear makeup are false advertising? We can say the same thing about your dick size. Why isn't it weird that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body?
Do you have a coochie?
Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
How does it feel to get kicked in the balls?
Do you ever get tired of trying to be manly all the time? Why are you so afraid of gender equality?
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
In what world does 77 cents equal $1?
In what world does 68 cents equal $1?
How is that fair?
Why are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you? That's awesome. More money.
Why are opinionated women seen as bitches?
When opinionated men are seen as bosses.
Why aren't you speaking up when you hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women?
Why are you so afraid of recognizing your own privilege? Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just recognize it and do something about it.
Why do you think every Asian person is Chinese? That's like me saying to like a white person, hey, you're English.
I am English.
Why do you think a film or TV show is diverse just because there are 1 or 2 black people in it?
We're here too.
Why are the awkward nerd characters the only roles available for Asians in film?
We do a lot of other stuff too.
Why are all of you talking about our penises?
Why do you think Asians can't be the stars of movies? There aren't gonna be any Asian celebrities out there to cast if we haven't been given a chance yet.
Why do you think watching Korean dramas and K-pop makes you an expert on Korean culture? Like, does me watching girls make me an expert in white culture? It does.
Why do you cast white people to play roles that are meant for Asian people? I'm not gonna forget Emma Stone.
Why do you think saying namaste is an appropriate way to greet me?
Why do you think saying ni hao is a good thing to say to us? If you're not actually gonna converse with me in Chinese, I don't need to hear it.
Why do you think I eat dogs? I have 2 dogs.
Why do you think that Hindi and Hindu are the same thing?
Why are you so surprised that I can speak English well?
I was born in America.
Why do you always ask me, where are you really from? Because obviously I'm from my mom's vagina.
Why do you guys think it's okay to call me an immigrant or a foreigner? I was born in America.
Why do you think Indians aren't Asians? India is literally in Asia.
Why do you say it's basically the same thing when I tell you I'm from Sri Lanka and not India? They're different countries.
Why does a person of color automatically mean black to you? I'm a person of color too.
Why do you think all brown people are Indian?
Why do you think you deserve a high five for pronouncing my name correctly?
Why do you think including diversity in the workplace reduces the quality of work? I thought you thought we were all nerds.
Why do you think it's okay to call me exotic?
I mean, technically we're the largest part of the world population, so shouldn't white people be exotic?
Why do you think I can't see properly? Do you really think my eyes are that small?
Why is it weird when all Asian people hang out, but it's fine when all white people hang out?
So tell me, what does a sunburn feel like?
Why do you keep trying to justify yellow fever?
I don't know why they use fever for all these things. It's not a disease, it's just f***ing.
Why are we being stereotyped as cheap or stingy? Maybe I'm just cost efficient.
Why do you think all Asian people are smart? I mean, when I was in high school, there was a Korean valedictorian. No, actually, there was an Indian valedictorian. Damn it. I guess you guys are right. Asians are smart. Have you tried that new white people restaurant? There's like a mayonnaise dish that is so mayonnaise-y.
Why do you take so long to get ready?
No, not okay. Are you serious?
That's a stereotype.
I know men that spend hours getting their hair cut.
I take about 15 minutes to get ready.
I don't take long to get ready.
I also don't take long to get ready.
That's one I can't answer.
But Linda here takes forever to get ready.
I do not leave the house until I look damn good.
Dudes are always like, oh, I like a girl who's natural. Buddy, if you saw me natural, you would scream like you were looking at Freddy Krueger, okay? You're like, this is a natural look. No, it isn't.
What do periods feel like?
Having a period is externally having to like look like this at work, and inside you're like.
Every month I'll get a little bit sad and I'll forget why, and I'll be like, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I so depressed?
And then the next day,
I get my period.
It feels like, oh, did I pee myself? And then you go to the bathroom and you're like, no, just blood.
The consistency of like fake, like chocolate syrup coming out of you, it's like gross.
You just feel shitty.
Circumcised or not? Why?
No, I don't want to make anyone feel bad.
I've never seen an uncircumcised penis in real life.
It can actually make like the motion easier because there's more like,
Yes.
Well, everyone's genitals are beautiful. Okay, we live in a beautiful world of genitals.
I don't have a hard or fast rule. Who cares?
It really depends on the person attached to the penis. Why do you hate bras so much?
I feel like we don't have to answer that question as much as just like give you a bra, have you wear it for a day.
Bras hurt.
It's sweaty, it's elastic, it has wire in it.
It's like I hate anything that's gonna like constrict me for 8 hours.
Why do you take off your pants when you get home?
If no one ever said we have to cover these up, I would have never worn one.
What do you love most about being a woman?
Being able to inspire like other women.
I love other women.
The bond that women have with each other.
Yes.
I think it's just amazing that we can give life.
It'll be really cool one day to like be a mom and hopefully have a daughter and like that kind of a thing.
I think I just love women, so I like that I get to be one. If we need to continue the human race, we don't really need men, but we definitely need women.
What if you went to the bathroom and blood came out the tip of your dick? And then you had to put paper over the tip of your dick all day.
Or a tiny, tiny tampon.
We lock eyes across the room. I choose you. Up in the gym, I try to pick up chicks. I whip out my pocket monster. Follow my instinct. Show my valor, it's a mystical thing.
I really want to prove that I'm the very best, so I wear my balls on the outside. Travel across the land, having random encounters to find the power that's inside.
She's so impressed by my charm and her bulb is sore. Squirt'll make her gravel no more. I wanna rock it till her eyes get misty. Hot as ash when we're getting frisky. She's drowsy, abracadabra, alakazam. This magnemite, even victory bell slam. Don't wanna take turns till we're coughing and wheezing in one of us face. I said, you are such a wonderful watertight host. And on a scale of 1 to 2, you're a dose.
Girl, I wanna take a peek at you while I'm blasting off again. And I call it Team Rocket when I do it with my friends. Wanna get it to you jiggly pup with my wiggly tup. Fall asleep. When we start, you can have it 3 ways. Hot, wet, or dirty, and let's give it a name. After my pinch of candy, you will never be the same. Cause I don't want my venom off. My cocoon is hard and wanna tackle your unknown. Get my sand shrew into your sand slash and make a rapid dash for your vortex. I know it sounds far-fetched, but take a chance, see, I'm seeking your star. You should stop dittoing with that Electabuzz. I'll give you polywhirls with my Lickitung. It's got tons of experience. She wanna be drilled with my Weedle. Have her vibe bloomed with my Oddish. Have her tall grass groomed with my Scyther. Yeah, I wanna have her bury my Diglett. Articulings at the end of the bed, and then I'm into your cloister with a slow poke. Put my canopy into your metapod. We let her butter free. Simultaneous.
She's so impressed by my charm and her bulb is sore. The squirt'll make her gravel a little more. My
Status effect lingers, cause everything I do is super effective. I wanna be the very best like no one ever was. Travel across the land to please them is my cause. When it comes to girls, I gotta catch them all. No one can escape our master ball.